All right, Alico 3. I'm at the house and I'm going to film a video showcasing 20 PSA cards. They're actually, I think they're all PSA 10s, but they are, the cards that would qualify as water into wine cards if they were listed and sold, but they're cards that I personally just wanted to keep because as a collector, you get certain cards in and you don't want to sell them. So, and these are cards, they're all pack pulled, they're all submitted to PSA, came back. So we'll start off with the basketball. 1990 Fleer Michael Jordan. This was I used to buy these boxes for, I want to say around $30. I don't know what they are now. I think they're over 100 now, but back a few years ago they were a lot cheaper. The EC3 gold sticker just means it was pack pulled and submitted by myself. So I've talked about that in the past. Just as a collector, for doing it this long, you just get kind of bored and you come up with these random ideas. But Jordan 1990 Fleer in a 10. I think when I checked Terapeak, this card was like $425 or something crazy like that. But this one actually just came back in one of my most recent submissions. But the 1993 Fleer Michael Jordan. There's the back. The toughest thing with this card is the centering. They just come out of the pack off-centered or little tiny nicks or problems on the back, which would force it to an 8 most likely. That's the only two basketball cards. Here's football. Barry. So it doesn't necessarily have to be pulled from a wax box. I also classify pack pulled as like from a factory set, like a 1989 Topps traded set. This Barry came out of it. Actually, the centering's really pushing 60-40. I might have to list this one. You know, I get picky with PC cards. So 89 traded Barry. Here's another Barry. Love the 1990 Fleer. I mean, you can get these wax boxes for like $10 to $12, and that's what I did. So just a cool second year Barry. I think 1990 Fleer is cool. I'm sure everybody doesn't agree with that opinion, but I like this Steve Young. 88 Topps Steve Young. Something with this set is if you open the cards straight from the pack of this set, they typically come out pretty clean. I've pulled a ton of PSA 10s from this set. It's not as tough as I thought it would be, but I think the quality control at Topps was pretty good for 88. You know, it's not like now, but it's a lot better than a lot of the other sets I've seen. 94 score. This is one that often sticks together. So this is one that kind of tough because I feel like about half the boxes of this you'll open, every card will be stuck together and you'll have that white snow. So I pulled this one from a box that didn't have that. And if you are fortunate enough to get a box that doesn't have that, I mean, there's some clean cards coming out of there. So this Falk, 94 score rookie, of course, in the San Diego State uniform. 89 traded Dion. So we showed Barry. Here's the Dion. I think the Dion's like $300 card. I might be off on that, but I'll post prices on these if the data is available. I'm pretty sure it will be for most of these, but 89 traded Dion in a 10. Here's baseball. A-Rod, 94 Flair. You know, a lot of people don't like A-Rod, but you can't argue with the stats, even with the cheating. But 94 Flair. This is a card I actually pulled as a kid, too. I think I've told this story, but I think this was like 1997 or 96. I went to a card show at Antioch Mall in Kansas City, Missouri. And my dad bought this box for us, and he said we could pick out any card from the box, but we had to pay him like 10 cents. So, of course, I think I got the A-Rod out, the A-Rod and the A-Rod Wave of the Future, and scooped those up. So even back then when I was like 12, I kind of had a knack for getting the good cards out of the boxes. 92 Fleer Update. Piazza pulled from the factory set. I think I've broke a couple of these on the channel, but love the 92 Fleer design. It's actually not one of the toughest designs that you'll come across. Cardstock's tough. Chipping is very minimal, especially straight from the pack, but this is probably sitting at 250, 300 right now. So this is not a true rookie, and it's not a star rookie, but it's close. It's second year, and it says top prospect. It should say star rookie. Actually, in 94, they brought back the star rookie, and he has, I think they did. And Manny has a star rookie, which would be a third-year card. But just cool pose. A lot of the photography from Upper Deck back then was pretty slick, and this one is definitely cool. I would tilt it this way, but I get that weird reflection when I tilt it that way. Okay, I think this card's sitting at like $300, but I just pulled this out of a wax box. Probably $15, $20 for the box. You know, there's a lot of cards to pull from this set. Larry Walker, Sammy Sosa, Griffey's second year. It's just a great product to open. So 1990 Bowman, the Big Hurt rookie, in a 10. This is the Series 1 1990 Leaf, which is a cool rip because you get all the Hall of Famers in this one too. Series 2 is very weak. I mean, you pretty much only have like the Nolan Ryan, Hit King, Frank Thomas, and Larry Walker. But I mean, Series 1 has all the big players. 91 Upper Deck, so second year Frank Thomas. I think that's Sosa's face in the background. But it's just a cool image, and I think the thing I like most about this card is the hat. Those old school Sox caps are kind of cool. So second year Frank Thomas card, so sweet one. Another A-Rod. I'm just going to hold it like this, but 1994 Fleer update. This also comes in a set, factory sealed set. I think there's like 150 or 200 cards in the set, but definitely not a gimme, but it's not the toughest card I've come across. It often comes straight from the set, pretty off-centered, so that's one thing to look at. Okay, so this comes in a box, and you get 36 packs, and the set's pretty small. So I mean, I've had boxes where I've pulled like 6 or 7 Pedros or Mannies before, and this isn't the toughest set either. So 92 Donruss, the rookies, Pedro Martinez. I'm going to close it out with 5 Griffies, I think. 92, I call it Provision because that's what they used to call it. They just didn't label it like this. And I don't think Fleer called it that in this year because it's card 709 and the Provisions were always kind of their own standalone insert set. So they just put the Provisions into the set, which, you know, is fine. But I don't think a lot of these have sold either. It might be hard to find some data on this card, but love the 92 Fleer Griffey. Cartoon looking card. Second year Griffies are just cool. So here's a 1990 Fleer Griffey. These are often pretty off-center too. You don't really get corner issues because the cardstock's so tough, but this is sick. This has to be 200, 250 bucks by now because it's definitely not a gimme, but 1990 Topps, the Rookie Cup one. I know I sold a PSA 9 in my store this week for 75 shipped, so that's an extremely strong sell for this card. Just a classic Griffey pose. I always thought that was his afro puffing out of the back. I don't know if it's a reflection. I think it's his hair. I don't know why that's important, but here's the Donruss. He's wearing the net hat. Probably took the picture during 1990 spring training, or I don't know, maybe 89. I don't know when this set came out. I feel like it came out like early 1990, so I'm not sure when the photo's from, but it is a second year Griffey. This set's tough. I've broken a lot of these boxes, and I've gotten a lot of 9s. It's very tough to get a 10. The pop on this is low, so I'm guessing the secondary market's really strong on this one. And then thinner, weaker cardstock. So this one often comes with small things that you won't see at first glance, but if you look closely, you'll see small little dents or push-ins on the corners. And if you don't look those over, you're going to end up with 8s and 7s. So 1990, you know, the second year Griffey with the smile and the iconic taped bat. So that's it, guys. Just some cool wine into water. You know, they would be if they were for sale, but they're not for sale. So cool cards from the PC Pack Pulled Pups. Later.